Hey peeps, this is Suzanne. Today we're going to talk about cash. More specifically, where can you get cash in South Korea with your foreign credit card? Let's get started. You can pay almost everything with credit card in South Korea, but there are a few things where you definitely need to have cash, and sometimes quite a lot. For example, if you get a house or an apartment for rent and the safety deposit, which is quite high, definitely needs to be paid in cash. So let's just talk about cash. So I'm going to tell you about my experience and the ATMs and banks that I found that definitely always worked for me, whatever the card was. So one bank that I found that always worked no matter what, whenever other banks suddenly that I used before to withdraw money and suddenly they didn't work anymore. This bank never disappointed me. I even showed it to other people who had a card that would only work with one ATM and they were like, no, it's never gonna work, and then it worked. So I'm pretty sure this bank is the go-to bank if you have problems withdrawing money with your foreign credit card. And that bank is the SCJ은행 Bank, the Standard Chartered Jail Bank, SCJil. The SC and Jail Bank apparently merged, and that doesn't really matter, but this bank I always used for withdrawing cash, and also I don't pay a fee. Sometimes you pay a fee when you withdraw money on the weekend. But usually this bank was completely free for me, no fee whatsoever. If you're studying at Korea University in Daegu like I did, there is one in downtown Daegu, just between Daegu Station and Jungangno Station. So whenever I would go shopping in downtown, I would definitely go make a stop there if I needed cash. Always worked perfectly. There's also an SCJL Bank close to Seongso Sanop Danji, which is Seongso Industrial Complex in English, which is the station in the direction of, if you go to downtown, after Korea University. So if you make a little shopping trip to the E-Mart, for example, which is over there as well, you could just make a little detour and get some cash before or after, whatever. In Seoul, my go-to SCJL Bank was the one in Myeongdong.
카드 정보를 원하시는 거래의 버튼을 눌러주십시오. One time I needed to go to the hospital in Seoul because I hurt my foot, and I paid the medical examination by the doctor with my credit card, and then I went downstairs to the pharmacy to pay the medication, and suddenly my credit card didn't work, and I went to the bank across the street, which didn't work. And then with my hurting foot, I walked like 15 minutes to an SCJL bank that I found on Naver Maps. And of course it worked. So even if your credit card doesn't work in a store for some reason or other, I don't know to this day why it didn't work, and it doesn't work at the other banks, this bank never failed me. I promise you, it will work. Now I also want to talk about Korea University students specifically because I went there too and I studied there as well.
There is some ATMs on campus in several buildings. Also, if you're staying at the dormitory, there is an ATM in front of the little shop that you have in the dormitory village. And yeah, there's several ones. In the architecture building there's one, and then just random buildings, they have them. However, I have a Visa card and I could not use those ATMs. My roommate has a MasterCard and she didn't have any problems withdrawing money until some point she couldn't withdraw money anymore. We don't know why. Then we went to another bank, which is across the street from the corner where Cayman University Station is, which she sometimes used before, but then again it didn't work. So I don't know. And there was no SCJO bank close by, so we found this really ominous looking ATM randomly on the street next to this little supermarket across the main gate, and it's like this really random ATM, and it looks a little suspicious. It looks like, okay, is this thing working? Is this gonna give me more money? Is this gonna break down in the middle of the process? I don't know. But it works wonders. It works for every card. The only thing that was strange, it said during the withdrawal, the machine told me there was gonna be a fee of 3,001, and then when I got my receipt it said fee 0, so that's a little weird, but I got the cash. So what I would do, because there is a fee at that machine which is 3,001, and to go to downtown or take the underground in general it takes you 1,300 for one way. So if you are in downtown or close to E-Mart, Songso, Sanamtanji anyway, you can use the bank there. But if you just need to get cash and don't need to do any shopping or go to downtown or E-Mart, I would just go to that ATM. Even though it has a fee, it's not really that different from taking the underground to downtown or the next station or back. So it doesn't really make much of a difference. The 7-Elevens have ATMs too, but they never worked for my Visa card. My roommate's MasterCard worked until that point where it didn't work anywhere anymore. But yeah, Visa card, no, for some reason, not really. I also got some comments about like debit cards and stuff. Well, I have a normal credit card and I have a debit card as well. And they're both Visa cards and they both worked at that SCJO bank and also at that weird random ATM in the middle of the street close to main gate. So I think if you have a debit card, it probably is gonna work at that bank as well. SCJO, your go-to bank. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this video was helpful for you and you are never gonna encounter any problems getting cash in South Korea again. I hope you're having a wonderful time in South Korea. I hope you're having a nice day. See you in my next one, and bye bye. Trouble before. Oh, I'm falling. Oh my god. I should really work on my gymnastics.